assassinated on 14th of September 1989, and his family and the community has been waging a fight for justice for these 34 years. Ashutosh ji, thank you so much for joining us today on this show. I want to begin by asking you, you also tried to approach the Supreme Court of India for justice. But why did the Supreme Court completely deny this justice? On several occasions, you have tried to approach different courts, but there's been no justice at all. In your father's case also, have you seen any kind of justice, any kind of perpetrators of JKLF being tried or convicted? Ashutosh ji, unmute yourself. आप mute पे हैं.
I'm unmute.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, now. Aditya, you see, this is very unfortunate, not for me, my personally, and my father's killing, for whole community. You see, I approached Supreme Court simply because we don't have I don't have the FIR of the killings of my father. I don't have the death certificate of my father. This is very unfortunate. Tikalal Taplu, who was the tallest leader of the Kashmiri Pandit and the national executive member of the BJP. Now, for last 9 years, BJP is in the central government. I am asking all the leaders, whomsoever I am able to meet, asking them then please arrange a FIR copy or please give me the death certificate. I need death certificate of my father. When I approached Supreme Court with all these things that my father was killed, along with my father, a lot of Kashmiri Pandits were killed. We want justice. Sudhanshu Trivedi and I think this Gaurav Bhatia was fighting for that. Gaurav Bhatia, when he spoke to this, he asked the Supreme Court that our case should be listened. But he gave the example that a lot of other organizations have already approached us in the Supreme Court for the justice of this killings, but they have not accepted it. So on the same reason, but one thing they told me, they told the Gaurav Bhatia, look, Ashutosh can write a letter to the government of India and asking them to intervene in all these matters. But only one thing which Supreme Court kept in my opening, he gave me a chance that in case the government of India will not listen to you, you can again come back to the Supreme Court, then and that time we'll listen all these things. Adit, this is very unfortunate, whatever has happened to the Kashmiri Pandit, and no government is bothered about listening us properly. No one is interested in meeting us. No one is interested in approaching our leaders. No one is asking us what you want. This is very unfortunate, Adit.
This is very unfortunate, but Ashutosh ji made a very interesting point, Amit. He said that, for the last 9 years, there's BJP government in power. For almost 4 to 5 years, there's governor's rule in Jammu and Kashmir. Then what stops the BJP government? What stops Narendra Modi or Amit Shah from holding or in fact initiating a commission of inquiry? Because they can do abrogation of 370. They can ban JKLF and Jamaat-e-Islami. They can arrest Yasin Malik, Bitta Karate, Asya Andrabi, Shabir Shah and others. Then what stops them from doing something for the Hindus that they talk about?
There's a song in Hindi which says, "Gumru ki tarah bajta hi raha hu main, kabhi is pag mein, kabhi us pag mein banta hi raha hu." And that's exactly what has happened to Kashmiri Pandit. You go to judiciary, they tell you go to executive. Judiciary doesn't recognize that fact that for 27 years, Kashmiri Pandits have continuously met everyone in legislature as well as in executive, and there have been constant promises, undelivered promises on yes, cases will be open, SIT will be formed, we will take care of things. Judiciary doesn't appreciate that. You go to executive now and they say, so you go back to the judiciary. So the community has become a football and no one wants to take the responsibility. What is the reason for Supreme Court not to take up cases? See, what is insulting is that when they rejected Roots in Kashmir petition to reopen the cases, to form an SIT, there was nothing, a demand which was being asked, which was unusual, exceptional. All we said was that please form an SIT in case, then when the court said, Honorable Justice Keher said that it is difficult to get evidences and proofs. So we said that it is not for the court to decide. If that's the case, let the prosecution and the investigating agency say so, and please then close the hundreds of cases which are lying open for last 34 years. At least give a sense of closure to the people and to the community. That also did not happen. And what is more disturbing and what is rubbing salt to the wounds is that after dismissing your petition, saying 27 years is too late, to open cases of a magnitude of genocide, the same Supreme Court, the same bench goes and opens the 84 Sikh rights. I'm not saying that they should have not opened it. Yes, it was a welcome step, but 84 and 96. So you had a case which was 33 years old. You went and opened that. They subsequently go and open Netaji Subhash Chandra's disappearance case, which was 75-year-old, which happened in a country called then Formosa and today is Taiwan. And they go and reopen that case. They even go and reopen the case whether a second bullet was fired on Mahatma Gandhi. But they were not willing to open cases which were 27-year-old, where you had witnesses alive, where you had the killers alive, where even you had the investigation officers alive, and there was ample evidence both in terms of media reports, in terms of eyewitnesses available. So I honestly don't know, is it because Hindu life in this country does not matter? You can immediately wake up and say, did Manipur approach to you? You took a so moto cognizance. You took a so moto cognizance in Gujarat. You took a so moto cognizance in many other things. But for 32 years, you have refused to take so moto cognizance in Kashmir. And same is for the executive. Now it is for the BJP to answer that while we can blame judiciary, executive has the right to form an SIT. There is nothing which stops executive from forming a tribunal to find out the reasons of exodus. Because of today, you are saying that Kashmiri Pandits need to be settled back into the valley. You will have to address the root causes.
Right.
Is it probably because BJP Jammu and Kashmir wants to cater again to appeasement politics because they have tie-ups with people who had hardcore terrorist links or were hardcore terrorists themselves, like Sajjad Lone, like Bukhari? You have partners today whom you are willing to bet on, so that you may get a seat in Kashmir, and then you can tell to the world, look, we are a secular national
Not just
party.
that, not just that, Amit, I'll tell you, 30 years after the killing of Mirwais Umar Farooq, the killers of Mirwais have been arrested by the Jammu and Kashmir police. And in my conversations, and I'm sure in your conversations with J&K police, the policemen at at the SSP rank, at the DIG rank, at the IG rank, say that if it is given to us, we will investigate it. We will bring the perpetrators to justice. Then why is the government not doing it? And I want to ask you, Amit, particularly on the Yasin Malik case, if Mirwais's killers after 30 years can be arrested, why can't Yasin Malik be arrested in the case of the killing of Kashmiri Pandits? In fact, not just Kashmiri Pandits, the Indian Air Force case has been pending for 34 years.
Few years back, we filed an RTI with Indian Air Force. This is before abrogation of Article 370. Air Force told us we have no clue on what is the status of the case. This was a case of their 4 Air Force officers being killed. The same was transferred then to CBI. The interesting fact is that CBI Srinagar sent me a reply saying state of Jammu and Kashmir is covered under Article 370 and we are not, and the RTI does not apply to them. It was only after we created Hangama saying that you are a central body, you are not a state government body, you have to reply. Then they came back with standard cases under investigation, we cannot disclose information. Even today, if we go by the Supreme Court judgment on the Roots in Kashmir petition, the order, I wouldn't say the judgment, the order, by that order, Yasin Malik cannot be prosecuted today because 27-year-old case, 32-year-old case of Air Force officer killing, Supreme Court has gone and said it is not possible to produce evidence. Now, Supreme Court itself has gone on contradiction. World over, they tell you the crime never dies. But the Supreme Court order, if I was a lawyer of Yasin Malik, I would happily misuse that order to protect my client. Now, why this is happening, I honestly don't know. I personally believe that BJP today has agendas in Jammu and Kashmir, especially winning seats in Kashmir Valley, so they want to appease certain section of people. Otherwise, Air Force officer killing, Neelkant Ganju, a judge killing, doesn't bother you. Lasar call at sitting director Radio Kashmir doesn't bother you. Rape of Girja Tikku, rape of Sarla, but doesn't bother you. I don't know what makes the consciousness of this society and this government if such heinous crimes do not. So there has to be a reason. I honestly have not been able to fathom what is the reason that a nationalist party like BJP has been dilly-dallying on conviction and prosecution of heinous crimes which have happened against the soldiers of this country, against the citizens of this country.
You make a fair point, Amit. Let me get in Ashutosh Taplu again. Ashutosh, I remember Dr. S. Jaishankar, the Foreign Minister of India, visited your house recently. You know, BJP is always there when they want to visit you, when they want to use you or, have you at the party platform. But why not deliver justice? You know, your father was a Karyakarta, was a leader of the party.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly, Aditya. When he came surprisingly, he gave visit to my house. I welcome him. I asked him one simple thing. You are here to tell me that we remember Tikalal Taplu. We have not forgotten his sacrifices. We remember all the Kashmiri Pandit community, what has happened to the Kashmiri Pandit. I asked him one thing. Manaka, you know everything about, okay, it is fine. You know about Tikalal Taplu's sacrifice. You have come here to tell me and remembered me that, and he told me that, look, BJP has not forgotten the sacrifice, not only given by your father, but all other Kashmiri Pandits. I told him, this is just a verbal thing you are telling me. Nothing has been done from your end. The same question I asked him. 8 years is your Narendra Modi ji is for last 8-9 years as a prime minister, and before that, Atal Bihari Vajpayee was the prime minister for 5-6 years. So no, nothing has been done by the party. Okay, then he replied me. He told me, look, we are trying to settle down the basic things like Article 370 is removed, Yasin Malik is arrested, and they are trying to eliminate the all other militants also. So this will take time, but now the time has come. So I told him, at least your people, BJP is not willing to meet Kashmiri Pandits. At least give something they can convey to the community leaders. Look, we are doing on this job. It is taking time, but you just don't think that we are not going to do anything. But nothing has been communicated to our leaders. Our leader, when Utpal Koalji has met the Home Minister, we have a GKPD, Global Kashmiri Pandit Diaspora Forum, where all over the world, whole Kashmiri Pandit is trying to bring everyone on the one common platform. They didn't even listen to them. They tried many times to go and meet Home Minister, and this only thing is just like I told you that Amit, I agree with Amit. They are taking our memorandum and throwing it into the dustbin. This is why I communicated very clearly to the S. Jaishankar. S. Jaishankar promised me that I am going to seriously discuss with this my colleagues, Modi ji and Amit Shah ji, but still I am waiting for that reply. Nothing has been done as it so far.
Nothing has been done by the government of India, by the BJP government, who has been